Hello, hello. So, we've been talking a bit about being wiser with our time. And today is one that really, really applies to me because I'm one of those people who has a million things to do. And I showed you a couple of days ago, if you didn't see it, how I manage my calendar so that I make sure I'm doing enough for me and yet enough for church, enough for the family, enough for my husband, enough for my kids, and then of course the business. Right? We have so much to do, so many places to go, so many things to do. And as society gets quicker and faster and faster and quicker, we want to catch up with it, speed up with it, stay in pace with it. Like I just watched the other day that movie Keeping Up with the Jones. That is similar to it, right? We just want to keep up with what's happening in the world. And so we end up doing a ton of things at once. A ton of things at once. Could you imagine all the stuff that you do? Start thinking about it. And how fully present are you when you do each and every task that you do every day, every moment, and every opportunity? How fully present are you? It's one of my words for this year. Like I choose a couple of words that represent what I want to do. And that's one of them, is to be present with every person that is in front of me, be present with every item or task that I'm doing, because we tend to multitask everything, don't we? I don't know, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't look at your cell phone when you get a text message while you're talking to someone else. Maybe you don't look at your Facebook messages while you've got people right in the room that you could interact with. Or maybe you're busy doing all your social networking when your husband's right there waiting for your attention, or your kids, or your friends. I don't know, maybe you don't struggle with that. I do. I'm honest, I do. I'm very aware of it, aware of what I do and don't struggle with. And I like to make sure that I'm focused on what's happening in the moment. So our scripture for today: sin is no longer your master, for you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Instead, you live under the freedom of God's grace. Romans 6:14. So what does that mean? That means, there's a ton of things that it means, but what it means to me today, in this devotional, in this moment, is that we need to give up what the world is doing, the sins of the world, the things that don't make us present with people. We need to give all that stuff up. And we need to be present. We need to be aware. We need to be loving and with those that are around us. Stop multitasking everything you do. And I don't know, maybe you don't struggle with that. I do. And I'm proud of myself because I can do so much at once. And there's this super cool book that if you haven't read it, I encourage you to read it. I've read it a couple of times. And so it's called The One Thing by Gary Keller. And it talks about how you can do a million things at once. And then you can master just one thing and be present in that one moment. Do you think your children appreciate it when you are present with them? Your spouse or your significant other, when you are just focused on them, not anything else. Like right now in this moment, I'm focused on you and you only. So be focused on that one thing and do it well. Master it, because that is what God calls us to do. So today, be blessed by going out there and blessing someone else. And until tomorrow, Thanks so much. Have a great one.